Hello, and welcome to this month's edition of InDesign Newsletter. My name is Andrea Bass-Lassen. I'm an Adobe Community Professional, and I'm also a graphic and web design instructor. So what we're going to talk about this week is we're going to create a photo book using InDesign, and the theme is going to be Father's Day. Ooh, if you're excited as I am, let's get started. All right. The first thing I need to do is share my screen so you guys can see what I see. Make sure I share the correct screen. I'm going to hit share, and then I'm going to minimize. I think you're seeing a black screen right now. I'm going to minimize mine, put it over here, and now you should be seeing the InDesign screen. I'm going to move this out of the way. You guys can't see that, but here it is. All right. So this is the cover. All photos come from Adobe Stock. Adobe Stock is amazing. And it is attached to InDesign right in the CC libraries. You can go and grab, I chose topics like Father's Day, and then I also chose fathers, and I got all these wonderful images that you see really small scrolling there. Okay. So I found this theme, which is Happy Father's Day. I didn't have to design it. It was already designed. It was awesome. So I was like, you know what? This is going to work. So I'm going to use, I added a border at the bottom. You guys already know how to do all that stuff. All right. So what I want to show you is I want to show you some of the photos that are already created or photo pages. So here's one. All themes come from Disney. And they're just the themes from different characters, different fathers have said to daughters or sons through the movies, or some that reference fathers as well. And they all go really, really well with Father's Day. So this one is from a Goofy movie. And so I found a photo on Adobe Stock that I thought really worked with it. These photos right now, I haven't licensed them yet, but these are the photos that I'm going to use. So if it's looking a little bit pixelated, that is the reason. All right. So, and then there's another page, which has the promise. This is from Princess and the Frog. A phrase in that, and I found an image that I thought went well with it and went with that. And so here we are with what we're going to create. So we're going to talk about master pages briefly. We're not going to go deep in that because we don't have that time, but a master page is a page that holds any of your repeating elements. So any elements that you want to repeat, like page numbers, titles, certain graphics and things like that you want to repeat on different pages, those things you're going to put on a master page. And the way you get to it in InDesign is you go up here to your pages panel. I'll pull this out so you can see it right there. All right, you go up here to your pages panel. And you know what? I'll make this a little bit larger. There was a fly in here. So I'll go to panel options, and I'll make it just a little bit larger so that you can see it. So right now it's at medium. I'll make it extra large. We'll see how that looks. Okay, cool. So this should be just a little bit larger so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so right now on the screen, the smaller area up here where it says A parent, B parent, and none, these are your master pages. The none always comes, is your default that starts with any InDesign document that you open. The A parent, that's a master page that we can make changes to. And the B parent is also a master page that we can make changes to. You make changes to none, but it's just not, don't do it. All right, so A parent and B parent. And if you look, so this is the master page area here, and this is your working page area down here. Working pages are the pages of your actual document, okay? So the master page is just the area that you're gonna put stuff that you want to repeat. If we explore one of these, let's go ahead and explore B parent. You will see that it has some sample text and it has author, but guess what? There's so much more in here that than meets the eye. So I'm in presentation mode. I'm gonna move this right here. I'm in presentation mode. So right now we're just seeing what the page is gonna look like if it were to print. If I hit W, you're gonna see what the outlines look like in outline view. So right here, you'll see that there is this text box, but there's also this circle for an image. There's also this big area for an image as well. Even more behind the scenes, there are paragraph styles, object styles. There are, what else is in here? They're just pretty much a mix of things already in here that you can't see because we haven't applied them to anything. And that's where we're gonna make that change. We're about to apply it now. All right, so if we go down, I also wanna show you that if we wanted to put a page number in here, let me go right here. And to be parent, we could. So I just want to show you that. So if we want to put a page number, let's just go ahead into the type tool. Let's go ahead and make a text box. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I had it kind of huge before, but let's just make it like 72. Okay, so all I need is a text box, right? So I have the text box here. I'm going to right click. And then with this text box, I'm going to go into insert special character markers. And then I'm going to go to current page number. And this just means that whatever page number we're on, it's going to insert that number. And as you can see, there's B because we're on master page B. But if we are to, let me go ahead and just put this in place a little bit clean up. Really don't have to do this, but okay. All right, so here's the master page. And if I go down here to the working page, which means our pages, you're going to see that a page number 4 shows up here. So I'm going to go back to B parent. And if I wanted to go ahead and make a paragraph style, as you can see, I have one. I'm going to double click. Actually, I'm going to double click and I'm going to go up to, I'm going to make some type of change to this. Let's see what I want to change. Says 150. Let me change that to 100 here. And so one thing that's happened, I'm gonna hit OK. Notice that when I clicked on it, nothing changed. Let me make sure I click on this actual paragraph style so that I can affect this, because it wasn't being affected by anything that I was doing because I didn't have it selected. So now that I have it selected, now when I go to look at that page number, I'll see it. But let's just do one more thing in page numbers. Double click here and let's go to align this. And we're going to align this toward the spine. So where it says alignment, we're going to go towards the spine. And when I hit OK, you should see that this B moves all the way towards the spine. You don't see that, but it should have. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let me just see, what did I do wrong? I'm gonna hit here. I'm gonna hit indent, unless it's already towards the spine. Oops. Okay, it's already towards the spine. We wanted to go away from the spine, so that was me. So we're gonna go away from the spine. I'm gonna hit OK. And now you'll see that it is going away from the spine. So wherever the spine is, on this one, the spine's on this side, it is going away from the spine. And this helps in a lot of ways. We don't have to keep switching sides when we switch pages. It's just gonna comply, which is awesome. All right, so if I wanted to do this page number, which I don't, we're not gonna do the page number, but if I want to do the page number, then you would see that the page number show up, and that is page 4, and that is what's coordinating with that, which is awesome, okay? So that's all I'm gonna go over with you with showing you how to create page numbers and master pages. I'm gonna delete that because we don't need it, but just know that that's how you affect your master pages. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually manipulate this, because here's what happens. It's a master page. Well, a master page's job is to protect, right, that document. So when we click on page 4, you're going to notice we can't click on anything. Everything is locked down because that master page locked it down so that we can protect that document. That is one of the purposes, right? The repeating elements, it also protects your document, but there's some overrides that we're going to do to make this work for us. Okay, so I think that's, let me make sure that's everything I want to go over with master pages on that. Yep, it is. Okay. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go down here and we're going to actually create a page, one of these photo pages, okay? So with the master page that we have created, now we said, now you're like, how can we do that when everything's locked down? That's okay. You know what? I'm going to delete this master page, this working page, because I want to show you how we create a new master page. Okay, so here we go. So these are our, and another thing I want you to notice is that this says an A, that's referring to this. So master page A is referring to this. It really has nothing on it. And then this master page A is referring to this, which also has nothing on it. And you're like, well, how's the master page have something on it? And the working page does not, because you put your elements that aren't repeating in on the working pages. So like here, I put my image in and I actually use this page to create the master page. And I have all of my information, which is here. and you can see it's not locked down here. But if I go to add a new page, which I'm about to, you're going to see that it's locked down. So I'm going to click on 3, and I'm just clicking on it just so that the new page that I creates up underneath it. And there is page 4. So what we're going to do, and it's locked down. See, I'm trying to click. I can't click anywhere. Okay. But we're going to hold Control if you're on a PC, Command if you're on a Mac, Shift and click. And that is what's going to unlock that. Really cool, right? So I have these quotes, as I told you, from Disney. I already have them. Let me see. I have them on a text document right here. So the next quote is going to be from Hercules, so Zeus. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this sample text and paste the quote in. So there's the quote. And what I'm going to do is notice it needs to be a little bit larger. See that red plus that's telling us, hey, you got some overset text. I'm just going to make this a little bit larger. I'm just going to make this a little bit larger. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on Zeus Hercules, cut that because I have a spot for it, which is here where the author is. I'll paste that. Oops. And what I'm going to do now is notice it took on the characteristics that I didn't want it to take on. So with my cursor set where I want, I'm going to go ahead and click on author and change that Zeus back to author. There's a fly or something in here. And notice that plus sign. I'm going to hold Alt and click it. All right. And now my Zeus is the correct size that I want it to be. All right. So this is not exactly how I want this. I'm actually going to reframe this. One of the things I'm changing it, right? So you notice that these all change, even though they look similar. The text is on the left in this one with the circle. This one, the text is on the right. With this one, I want a kind of a totally different look. So what I'm going to do is I don't want a text wrap on this one. That's what's on these. These are text wraps. And we went over this in a video in the past, but these are the text wraps. I don't want a text wrap on this one. So what I'm going to do is change the options. I'm going to hit Command B on my keyboard. Command B is in boy. On your keyboard, if you're on a Mac PC, it's going to be Control B. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to get text frame options. I'm going to click here where it's to make sure that ignore text wrap is off, and it is off on this one. So I'm going to hit OK, which is interesting because, yeah, it's on. Okay. So I hit Command text wrap. It's off on this one, and that's what I want. So what I want to do with this one is I'm going to hit Control Shift click to select the circle. And now on this one as well, I'm going to take the text wrap off. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to choose none for this one because I don't want the text wrap. See, that's what I want my text to do. So it was wrapping around that circle, but in this case, I don't want it. And in fact, I don't even need the circle in this one. So I'm going to delete that one. Okay, just to show you that you still have control over this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab an image. But before I do that, I want to hit Command click or Control click again, click up here so that I can get to this image that was locked down as well. And I'm going to find an image that I want for this picture with Zeus. Let's see, measure outside of the stress of his heart. Okay, so let's see. I like this picture. I like this picture. Father protecting. I think that's cool. You know, let's try that. Let's see what that looks like. All right. Oh, that's cool. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that picture in. I want this picture to span the entire frame. So what I'm going to do is go up here to this first button that says fit frame proportionally or fill frame proportionally, and it does. I'm going to undo that just to show you a different way. I'll right click. So another way that I can get to this is to right click, and then I can go down to, where is it? Fitting. And then I can also fill frame proportionally, and either one is going to get me the desired, the effect that I want. All right, so with that, now I need to look at my layers panel and I need to make sure that I can see my text frame. And so my text frame, I can't see it. So let's see what's going on with that and why. Oh, I think I know why. So I'm gonna hit Control B again, Command B, and I want to make sure, oh, I thought, my mind today. Okay, so ignore text wrap is what I want to make is sure is selected. Hit okay, that was the whole purpose of going in there was to make sure that was selected. And my mind just, sometimes that happens. All right, so now what I wanna do is go ahead and select this one. And so maybe I want with this one, let me see where I would want this placed. It's actually placed in a really good spot. This is actually a really good spot for it. So I'm going to, that doesn't always happen. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. I'm going to go out just a little bit. And one of the things that I noticed is that it's kind of hard to see. If I hit W, this is what's going to look like when it prints. And it's a dark background with dark text. So I got to figure out how to make this work. So I can do, we know that I have a paragraph style on here, but what if I did a character style? So I'm going to go up here to Window. I'm going to go down to Styles. I'm going to go down to Character Style. And then I'm going to click on the plus. And then I'm going to create a new character. So what I'm going to do with this one, and what a character style is, it's going to affect these characters versus a whole paragraph. So I'm going to click on this character style here, and I'm going to go ahead and double click in it. And I'm going to go ahead and name this, and I'll say quote light, so that I know it's a light quote. And then only thing I need to change is the character color. Maybe I'll make it paper, which is white. I can preview that if I want, hit OK, and let's look at that. And yes, that does provide enough. Okay, and I can do the same. I can give it white so I can see what that looks like. And it does provide enough. But one of the things that I really liked was that I had just a small bit of difference in the color. So what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and highlight this Zeus Hercules. I'm gonna click on the plus, I'm gonna double click on character styles. I'm gonna call this one author light. And for this one, I'm going to go, oops, oh goodness, that's spelling. Okay, for this one, I'm going to go to character color. I'm gonna go to black, and I'm going to go with a very light tint, like maybe 10%. See what that looks like. And there we go. So there's a little bit of difference. I actually want a little bit more. Now I don't have to select it because I already have it over here. I can double click on it and I can go to character color. I can choose preview and I can say, let's see what 20% looks like. And then I can go from there. So if I like, oh, let's see what 30% looks like, I can choose it from there. And I think I want like maybe a 25. Boom, hit okay. And there you go. So now we have this cool photo book. We talked about paragraph styles, character styles, a little bit about master pages. And this is how we get this in here. So if we wanted to preview this, let's save this and let's go to Shift W and let's go to the beginning. Okay, so here's our photo book. Here's our Happy Father's Day. Here's our image, one layout. Here's the image with another layout. Here is the image that we created, the layout. So that's our photo book. So we would go probably 10 to 12 pages, whatever you would like. And then when you finish, you would export this. Now you would talk to whoever is going to print your photo book. If you're printing it yourself, then you would set it how you want. But if you're working with a printer, typically printers like either high quality or this PDF X1A, some will actually have you export images, export from InDesign into images, and then upload them into their little photo planner and things like that. So there's several ways that you can do this. And then there's several photo places that you can have your book printed at, like just Google it. If you Google print photo books, Ugons are gonna come up. for you, but really talk to your printer or read that information to see how exactly, because that's how you're going to get the best look, the best photo quality for your photo book. And then once you export it, you will send it off to the printer, and that will be that. So I am hoping that you got, let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. I'm really hoping that you got a lot out of this, that that you enjoyed it. And if you did, please like it, please comment, please subscribe to the channel. And what I have one more thing that I want to share with you. Let's see. Let me switch my background real quick. All right. All right. So last thing that I want to share with you is, if you want to contact me, there's my information. There's my information right here. So you can contact me on Instagram, on Behance, or on YouTube. And follow my YouTube. I produce videos, tutorials, and things as well. So there's my contact information. Hopefully you enjoyed or learned something new today. If there is something that you want to learn that you're not seeing here, reach out, make a comment, let us know, and we will create it. But until then, I hope you guys have a marvelous Father's Day, any fathers out there. And until next tutorial, ta-ta for now.